Hey guys, and welcome to another 5 minutes tutorial. Today we're going to be going over 3ds Max, one of the Autodesk products. We're looking at simple things like navigating through scenes, creating some simple objects, and a little bit of basic poly editing and modeling. And we're going to try and keep everything in 5 minutes, so build very short and small things, and then we can work on them later. So first thing you need to do is go to the Autodesk website and download your copy of Autodesk 3ds Max. I've got 2016 and it's under a student license. Obviously because I'm a student. Okay, so once you've done that, come back and you want to go and start with the original startup mode. So we're going to just use that, and then when everything loads, we're going to have a quick look at our layout. Okay, so the first thing we've got is the big ribbon across the top, and this has got all our main functions and features that we use. Things like snap toggles, which are really handy for creating standardized shapes. So you can see here how it snaps to, again in here, how it will snap to individual squares. So there's no sitting in between, whereas if we don't have it, it could literally start off there and you can have it off in between. It's not very handy, so normally I have that set up in the snap toggles just there. Just quickly delete that box. Okay, so in the Polygon Modeling section, in the little tab, drop down tab here, I actually don't use this, and I'm going to drag that off, and I'm just going to delete that. It gives me slightly more screen space. The next thing is to push my cat out of the way because he's a needy little shitbag. The next thing we're going to look at is the tab section here that has all the standard primitives, modifier lists, the hierarchy, motion tab, display tab, and the utilities. Generally, any modeling you do will come from creating models from the standard primitives list or from one of the primitive lists. So you've got extended primitives, you've got things like doors, you can create pivot doors, and you could literally just set a snap toggle up, just make one of those from there, and we're just going to, there you go, and that's just come off of a pivot. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm just panning around and moving my thing, and this is a quick key shortcut. All I do is hold down Alt and then use the middle scroll wheel of my mouse to drag everything around and to pan the camera around. The next thing is going to be, let's just quickly look at some of the other shortcut keys. So the scroll wheel obviously zooms in and out. These other views are orthographic views. They are, you've got a top-down view, which is the top-down. So if I was to not do that, and we're going to delete that, and we're going to go back to the selection tool. So select object in there. I can select this, and then I can highlight and select that section, or I could highlight and select that section, the whole thing. Okay, it's not very handy, but it is handy for when you're doing poly modeling. Now the next thing we're going to look at quickly is, I'm just going to delete this box actually, and I'm going to go back to the standard primitives, and we're going to create a quick model. I'm going to maximize this viewport. I'm going to create a box, nice and simple, and make it like that. Now the parameters list for that box is going to be the next thing we look at. You can see here you've got length, which is 0.6 meters, so 0.06 meters. So I'm going to set that to 1 in length, and 1 in width, and 1 in height, and that should be a square. So I'm just going to scroll out, and you can see that's a cube. So that's the length, the width, and the height, all in meters. And the segments, I'm going to set these to 10. Each one, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to set every single one of those to 10. Now when I come to the Modify tab, I'm going to click down into the Modify, and I'm going to go to Edit Poly. Now this is pretty much when you want to edit anything, and you want to change any shapes, you want to change geometries, you want to smooth. If you want to affect the shape in any way, shape or form, you come down in the Modify list and you'll select Edit Poly, and then you'll click either Vertex, edge, border, or polygon, and we're going to be doing polygons. As you can see, I've clicked one of these squares, and that was one of our 10 by 10 by 10, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and obviously 10 down as well because it's a cube. So that's the 10 by 10. Those were those 10s we set earlier. Now, if I went to select, I don't know, let's just say, select a bunch of these, and now I'm just going to go down and quickly smooth, use M smooth, which is there, and that just smooths those off and it resets them, and it actually cuts them all into 4. And if I hit it again, it's going to smooth it down even more. So you can see there, we can smooth edges, we can affect the geometry of that shape, we can cut it down, we can make it rounded as opposed to the square corners that are there. And I think that's going to be it for this first 5-minute tutorial video. The next one we're going to look at maybe doing a little bit more with this and extending extrusion and creating a much fancier shape. Anyway, thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.